Hi guys, first a little introduction. I'm Sam, personal trainer, and today I'm going to be talking to you about press-ups. Now press-ups are one of the best strengthening exercises we've got. Really good calisthenic exercise, body weight exercise that is great for upper body strength, really works the chest, shoulders, triceps, and really engages your core providing you're doing it properly. So first of all, I apologise about the mess. Lockdown with children, those of you who have kids will know. So yeah, the press up. Now I just wanted to go through a few tips with you, a few different kind of do's and don'ts of the press up to make it the best possible exercise that you can make it, and a few variations as well of the press up. Now the first thing to say is posture is key, so form and technique, and there are a few different bits to go through. So we'll start off by talking about head position. Now a lot of the time I see this really often when people are doing a press up. They'll let their head sink down to the floor, so they'll be in their press up position and they'll start to dip their chin down to the floor, pushing their head down. Now, a couple of things. This puts an awful amount of strain on your neck. It's not very nice, and overly puts pressure on the shoulders as well. So what you need to try and do is keep a nice neutral neck, okay? Now in order to do this, you tuck your chin up, okay? I tell people give yourself a double chin. Tuck, chin up. You can see when that happens, automatically my posture gets better, it raises up my chest. So then when I'm doing that press up, everything is nice and in line, okay? So I'll just show you. So tuck that chin in, all the way down to the floor. Okay, so the next thing, hips. Try and keep your hips level, okay? Don't have your hips too high. At the same time, don't sink them to the floor, okay? No floor humping, all right? They want to be nice and level, because if your hips are level and your spine's neutral, then you're really engaging your core, which is a great part of the exercise of a press-up. You know, if you're doing something like a bench press, then you're lying flat on your back and you're not really engaging your core, whereas a press-up is a body exercise. You're working through your body. You're the weight. So you've got to engage your core, which is really good. So what you do is you draw your belly button in nice and tight. You can see that pull of the belly button into the spine. And you try and squeeze your glutes as well. Your glutes, your bum, is part of your core, okay? So if you can engage your abs and your glutes when you're doing that press up, then you should see that everything is nice and in line. Neutral spine. There's no sinking down like this, and the hips aren't up really high. It's just nice and level. Okay, so we've got to think about the head positioning, tucking the chin in, drawing the belly button in, squeezing the glutes, making sure that your core is engaged and your hips are nice and in line. So you're going as one. It's an up and down movement. There's no deviation through the spine, okay? So the next thing to think about is where your hands are, the positioning, and the best way to think about it is you think about doing a bench press. So where are your hands when you do a bench press? Basically, I always just kind of think thumb knuckle in line with the nipple, okay? So you're down here. You're not up here. A lot of time to see people doing press-ups, the hands are over the head. And similar when they try to do a bench press, it needs to be right over the chest. So I just think the nipples are the best gauge, okay? So that's where you want your hands, okay? And not too far apart, not too narrow, somewhere nice and in between, okay? So just past shoulder width, I would say. So from here, chest in line with the hands. There we go. So now you've got your head positioning, tucking the chin in, hands just in line with the nipples, not too high, not too wide, not too low, engaging the core, drawing the belly button in, squeezing the glutes, keeping the hips nice and stable, moving as one, up and down, no sinking down, no hips up in the air. So the next thing to think about is tempo. A lot of times people really like to go quick with these, okay? You're not going to get that same kind of neuromuscular response if you're just bouncing off the joint, okay? If you go really quick and just kind of like, okay? You want to think about what you're doing, okay? You want to give your body time to react and adapt. So, for me, the slower the better, especially on the eccentric part, which is where you are coming down. So this part here. When you're doing this eccentric part, when you're lowering, when you're doing the press down before you do the press back up, you really just want to control and squeeze those shoulder blades back because you're using the back muscles, okay? In these exercises, there's an eccentric and a concentric contraction, okay? So the concentric is the shortening of the muscle of the chest when you push, but you've got to think about the eccentric, which is loading the back, okay? So you're controlling and using those back muscles, which is really good, you know? So make each movement as important as the next, okay? Don't just think about the push, think about the lowering. So you want to lower about 3 seconds down and then drive up for 1 second. So that's going to be your tempo. So we're here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a really good tempo, okay? Now, hopefully you saw there that the next point is range of movement. You want the range of movement as big as possible, okay? So for me, I go down until my peak touches the floor, my cap, which is fine, but really you want the chest as close to the floor as possible, okay? Getting as much activation of those chest fibers as you can, okay? So again, try not to just be doing this. Go as full range as you can. You're going to find better benefits going slower, full range of movement, than going fast with a small range of movement, okay? And like I said, don't just be bouncing off the joint, okay? Really slow it down, full range of movement, okay? That is everything. That's everything I've got to tell you about the perfect press up, okay? So give it a go, practice, and I hope you get on well. Alright, thanks for watching.